All right, we'll try this again. Let me see. All right. Let me make sure there's sound. All right. There's sound. Yay. Let me make sure there's sound. Okay. Darn it. Okay, take two. Take two. All right. Hardcover. 2 signatures. It's a little bit over 9. 9 1/4 by 6, I think it is. Yes, 9 1/4 by 6, so it's regular size. And I put leather strap over this. This is real leather from an old coat that I sewed down. And then I sewed my signatures with wax thread through that. And then I put a loop on here. And I put this black Gothic flowers on here with the bracelet. You can easily take it off. I'm not going to do it with these giant nails. But I put this on for funsies because it's a black and red roses. And so I had to put a bouquet on there. And it's just a black and red hardcover book that I gutted. So that was kind of fun. And then all of these spreads are, I mean, most of them are on YouTube, but a lot of it's on TikTok because YouTube won't let me use the music and all the effects I want to use. They dump it every time. So anyways, I have TikTok account if you want to come over there too. But anyway, so I did this single page and then I sewed around the edge and then glued it down. It's kind of 3D, so it's got roses and bugs and the crow and stuff. So it's kind of fun for the cover. And then I did both signatures the same paper. You can see right here in the center, they're both the red and black, and they both say Journey on them like that. And then it's got the book spine on there, and then I did muslin over that, and I just sewed that all in too. So it's got a couple layers of fabric and the leather and the book, so for the spine. And then the flaps go underneath. They're kind of short, but it is glued in like that with the flaps. And then so I did the front and the back kind of the same with the same papers with the stripe and the envelopes, and they're kind of grungy and stuff. You know, I like the grunge, and they're just filled with all the little goodies. I think this one is, you know, just Rolodex cards. These papers are all from my shop. The link's in the description box there, and this is listed for sale in my Etsy shop. And so I do all kinds of paper staining, so all these pages are from, not the design papers, but all the regular ones. I'll point them out as we go through here and see. But anyway, so I'm trying to mix the junk journal with my new hobby slash obsession with these stickers and tapes, but I'm having a lot of fun. And so anyways, I wanted to make this gothic, but not really vintage. I mean, kind of vintage, but I think the dots keep it like more modern. So anyways, so I've been having fun with trying to figure out how to use these stickers and doing collages, you know, so it's kind of fun. And then some of the shine that you're seeing isn't actually like, it's glitter. And I like all the glitter stickers. So sometimes when it's shiny, it's more of the glitter and I love it. So I think my mom did this one, the owl, and she sewed around the edge with black thread. So it's a nice big journaling card. And then this all around is black gesso. And then I liked her because she had the owl, and then the owl is here. And I put this on some of my grungy papers from my shop and the glassine bags, and then the gauze in the back. It's just a glassine bag, and it's all, you know, glued on. And then the back, there's open spot where I stuck one of my parchment paper envelopes. So it's just parchment and dictionary that I sewed. And then you can decoupage on top if you want to. I've got a lot of videos on that. And then I did one of these tags with Lorna Taylor's veiled lace images, which I love. And then all of this coffee stained wedding dress pieces and laces are Actually, I have bundles of them right now for sale in my shop, and I have them once a month in my lives. Usually, I don't do lace every time, but right now I happen to have it, so that's kind of fun. And then the tabs are from, you know, they're stuck on this page, which is an old piece of something. And then I just made a flip ups there and put the gothic girl and some words and the gothic cat looking up at the dragonfly. And I think my mom made this one too. Tim Holtz tissue paper and just some of my grungy cards for journaling. I always want to keep it so that you know, you can journal in it. And then vintage pages in the back, and then I left the frills on the side. Kind of fun. And then I love this one because I'm obsessed with these roses. I'm telling you. I don't know. Is it, can you see good enough, or should I close up a little bit? Maybe I'll close it up. Is that better? Because I feel like I got to hold it up. Because I want you to see, because it's really cool. I don't know. I just love these bleeding roses. And it says meaningless, you know, because the Gothic's kind of, you know, like that. And so she's real somber. And then I just, you know, just for a flip like that. And then it's got the design paper and then gesso around, you know. So I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And then this one I love so much because I used vintage wallpaper, which I love. You know, you guys know that. Then all the stickers are from Journal Say. And then the gal is Lorna Taylor's Veiled Lace again. So pretty. And then some of my grungy lace from my shop. And then the big pocket in the back is one of the gals again, which I love. More of my grungy lace from my shop and wedding dress pieces. And anyway, she's got wedding dress up here too. And I put some tulle up here, you know. I love this page. And then this one is, I love the corners because I got burnt edges, you know, because it's supposed to be Gothic. So I put like, you know, burnt edges and such. And then this one is just, I want to do like a dark library where she's drinking whiskey and reading books and typing. I don't know. And the roses, you know. And she come down the stairs, see. And here's her wine or whatever it is. I like it. Oh no, Mom is talking to me. Is something wrong again? Can you not hear me? I'm going to ask. There. Okay, and then this one has the waterfall kind of thing, and these are my coffee stained papers from my shop again. I love, that's my favorite pan. And I got bloody numbers around, and this is lace, and then I did numbers and letters again, and some tags, and like, I don't know, like gambling stuff, you know, and bloody stuff right here. And this is cute because it opens up and it's lace and stuff like that. You'll see later on it matches. There's numbers and letters and stuff on the paper, so it kind of goes with it. And then I'm giving you a journaling spot and then a decorated page, kind of like that. This one I like because it has my dots. That's my paper in the back on top of the design paper, which I like. And then I love the Lorna Taylor image. And then I just put the, you know, creepy house and the candles and roses here and the bloody rose in the back, and then gave her a little crown. It's kind of cute. And then it says willingness and sophisticated. So I'm trying to just move it around so the shine, you know, moves so you can see. This one I love. I didn't leave any journaling spots. I did a 3D spread instead, which I love. And I'm using Chris Journaling 1 tapes on TikTok and stuff from my shop and stuff from Journal Say, but I love the flowers and the butterflies. I'm obsessed. So I did like a pathway up to their castle and they're all in love. So I put Cloud 9. I put Cloud 9 down here too for fun. And I just think it's so pretty. It's one of my favorite ones. It's like one of those bang pages. It looks so good. I love it. All right, next one. I don't usually do kitties, but, you know, I had to try it because I have the supplies with the hats. And then I put the rocking chair because, you know, how cats always get their tails stuck underneath, you know, underneath the chair. I'm trying to see if I can, oh, there we go. So kind of cute. And there's a little witch in the And the kitty with the roses, you know, this is all roses. This one I love. I was starting the background. I was going to do something witchy, but I don't know. My mom gave me these wolves. I think I printed one and you gave me this one or something. And I just like it. And then anything I put down here, I was going to try to do like some more foreground, but anything I put, it didn't look right. So I just left it plain. I don't know. I kind of like it. I'm digging it. And then this one, I did the same thing. I don't know what, you know, it's supposed to be red, black, gothic, but I was doing night scenes because I never did night paper before. And then I didn't like these stickers that were so shiny and they're so glittery, which I like, so I bought them. But then every time I used it, I didn't like it. So I thought this would be perfect because with the moonlight shining, I was thinking, you know, it would look like the moon is shining on those and then the green ones are like the foreground. And then I still use black and white for the animals because he's coming to get them, you know. Time to eat. So that's kind of brutal. So I thought maybe it would be gothic enough. Gothic enough to go inside. And then I just put the limbs down. Now that's birch. And so it shines. I thought it made it look like it shined, you know, in the moonlight. So I thought that was a fun one. And then this one I really love because this is all paper mostly. And the background floral. And then the windows and chairs are paper. And this window in the fireplace is paper. And she's all paper. But I did add some candles and roses in the foreground, which are really cool. So she's got her candles lit, you know, and I got a lot of words in there that you can't see. But if you were in person, you could. So she's, you know, lighting her candles and making her night kind of fun, you know. I know I love the wolves too. I love the wolves too. You gave them to me. And then I left a couple. I wanted to show my dot paper and give some writing space and my other grungy papers. These are from my shop for writing. And this one I love. I make stories and have dramatic music and stuff on TikTok. A lot of times YouTube doesn't let me do it. So if you like the stories and stuff, you can go to TikTok and look. But this one's all dramatic scenes. Because she's a witch trying to kill the two pretty girls that she hates. So she poisoned the tea and anything that they drink. So everybody will probably die, which is very gothic. So I put skulls in the trees, you know, stuff like that for funsies. And then I have stickers down here that talk about how things bitter taste bitter and the tea's bitter and stuff. And it says destroy, you know, like that. Trying to be very dramatic, you know. So that's kind of fun. Oh, and then I love this because I love vampires. And he's got a, you know, creepy castle up there. And then I just put the roses and it says evolve and good night and stuff. And then I put evidence and condemned, like, you know, something happened and they got to rope off the house, you know. And then here I'm bringing in the dots again and more roses because I love that. And there's a bunch of cool, like, stuff in here to journal on, just journaling cards, you know. But they're double-sided and stuff. And then my little envelope there for that. And then still with the same black gesso. I love this one because it's talking about betrayal. See, down here. She's only 19. And she's seen their embrace at the top of the stairs. So that's her boyfriend. He's loving on somebody else. So she learned about betrayal at 19. That's what the fire is all about, you know, in the fire sky. And that's her eye watching him from the corner. So now she's crying. See, the night. So now she's forever, you know. Once you get your first betrayal, you know, that's a mile marker in your life, you know. So I had to make it very dramatic, you know. I was laughing when I was doing it because I was like, she's mad. She's going to burn the house down. So I was laughing. Because you know how it is when you're young and you feel that first time, you know. Oh, but anyway, that was fun. And then distant tenderness, like they're writing letters and they love their dog together and stuff. And there's the window and I put some lines here so I can write in some burlap and just some gothic accents. And then here's a flippy and it says notes. So I left it blank so you could write And I put roses and bats and then just journaling cards. And then I did the same here. I left this for you to write on, and then I give you a page on the other side. So this one is just a little pocket. It's just got bags and bags with things in it, and it's on top of this ledger, which I really loved. Opens, and you can write on there, and then there's the pocket in the back, and it's just got Rolodex and coffee stain things inside, you know, for writing and such. So just little spots to put all your stuff, you know. I'm watching my leg, so yeah, lots of work. Oh, thanks, Mom. Oh, I love this one. Oh, I love the vampires. I don't know why, but they're so seductive. I would let him bite me, I think. I like this one because the moon is there, and this house has got that gold trim, and so it makes it look like the moon is shining, you know, on the house. So I like that. I don't know. And here's the bridge, what you left behind, and there's a little town back there. And the vampires leaving town, you know, you probably bit somebody and left. And then I like the shadows that I put around, and I like the mountains, the Smoky Mountains and stuff. And then this side, I had to put a church because I don't know. It's got to be with vampires and stuff like that. And then there's this close-up. And I put encounter like in a dark hallway or something. I don't know. But I like this one. It's kind of fun. And then I put the lace on it from this side because here he is. And there's his castle and his gate, and he puts roses around it so it looks inviting, see? But his bite is eternal, so you got to decide. So here she is. She's happy, she's got serenity, and she's rich, you know, beautiful, whatever, but she's got to decide. Am I going to let him bite me? Because his bite's eternal, so he loves under lock and key. See, that's why I put that, because he's very possessive, see? Very possessive. And so then I left the fringes and this paper for my sales. And then I think this was my last page. I just did this one, I think, yesterday. It's got the green little, and the butterflies I like. It's kind of 3D. And this one's really shiny because it's really glittery, and it's got glittery stuff back here. So the camera isn't very nice as to the glitter, but, you know, in person it's better and it's prettier. And then I punch the edges, and then just stuff, you know, things to write on. Here she is with the bloody roses again. And then the next signature, we're going to start with just grungy stuff. I love this. It's so pretty. Just grungy things. There's her necklace. And then this one I love because I love the graveyard, and I love the ravens, and I love the house, and I love the moon. I love every part of it. So I think this one's really fun. It's got a trail going back, you can see. Ooh, it's fun. It's kind of hard to show. This is all paper though, but the only stickers are the words. So it doesn't really shine too much on this one. These are Lorna Taylor's. So, and then here she is again with the gothic window and the roses. I just like it, so I brought the butterfly and stuff over here and just made this a pocket. And we're talking about the tea again, how it was poison, you know. And she's got the bloody roses. Somebody probably died, who knows. And then it says, trust me there. So they're like, see? And I put cards, and then here's some more roses, and I just sewed around. And then this is a flip page and a bag, all the stuff. And here's her again. This is vintage lace. All this is in my shop, which I love her because she's really pretty. And that's Lorna Taylor's image. And these bags are in my shop too, so you can put it behind or inside, whatever you want to do. And then I just put like sheet music and just different things, and it's on a little tabby. So that's kind of fun because it's glued in. And then again with the flips that goes up with the dots. I just like the dots because I had some good grunge over here. So I just wanted to leave this part plain so you could write for funsies. I have to have some writing spots tonight. So I just put lace here and left this couple pages to write on. Another little pocket with goodies inside. And then another pocket with another journaling card. And then I just made a flip on this one. Again with the roses and the girl. And then it flips this way too. And it's got some dark Nice dark staining. And with the frilly edges we like. This one I love. So here's a rib cage. No, but so I just think it's cool because she's looking in the mirror and so is the skeleton, right? And then I put eternity because, you know, if you're forever looking, you know, in the future or whatever. So I just thought that was really neat that they're both looking and she's looking in the mirror forever. Oh, God. Horrible. Watch yourself die. Like my mom always says, I'm getting old. I'm going to die any minute. Yeah, so I think that's funny. Anyway, there's the raven. See? And then just more grunge. This is the flip up here, and this one moves this way. And then I put vintage papers in there, and I left the fringies on again. Ooh, this one's good. This one is the Gothic Wedding. You have to have a Gothic wedding in a Gothic book, yes. So it says heartache because he engaged to her. So here's an engagement ring and the vows and all that. And here's their church and the carriage, you know, and everything. But he's already married to her, so that's why we got, you know, dripping everything. And here's the chalices. Then here's where they got married and their cake and everything, and all these dramatic words and stuff. So this one I like a lot. And then I put the black gesso around, you know. Here's another one I like a lot because it's talking about trust, and she looks tired, like she just went and murdered somebody and she told her to do it and she has to listen or something like that. Secret keeper, you know. And then here's a key, and there is a pocket back here you can put something, but I forgot. And then here's the roses, and I love the cathedral windows. It's very dramatic, you know. And then I put the blade with dripping blood because she just killed somebody or something, you know. And then the roses with the thorns and everything. It's highly dramatic, right? And it says secret keeper. Did I show you that already? I don't know, but she's the boss. Right? Nice. And I love this one too. I'm just loving these dots. And I did the same thing here. Look, but this is right on the spine, so it keeps doing that. And I forgot to cut it. I was going to cut it off and then glue it right here, but I forgot. But anyway, that's why it keeps doing that. But anyways, so this is mostly paper, but the roses are really glittery and they're like so fun. But it doesn't show up good on camera. But the words are stickers, and so they do shine. But this is so pretty. Wait till you see it. And then I put the candles in the foreground again, you know. And these two are up to something here, you know. And I love the background. That's journal say. Little papers. And then this one, I love. I love every one of them, you know. What's the point of doing it if you don't love it, you know? I love everyone because I was trying to make a scene where she's dropped off going to this midnight madness party at this creepy castle, you know, and I made this whole story up. If you go look at TikTok, and here's the windows, and then here she is waiting for her to come, and there's nobody else there but only her and one empty chair. So, you know, it's just very dramatic. And then here's the umbrella because she has one, and then I just wanted the big chandelier, and this little fireplace is the only one I could find. So I put it in the background, and then I did the stamping, and then I did weird stickers right here trying to mimic the trees. But anyway, I love this one. This one I really love too because it's talking about the fire inside. So I put all the lanterns everywhere. And she's mixing up her brew, and she's freaking serious. So, and I love the house in the background, and it's all creepy and stuff. And I don't know, I just like this one. I like all the lanterns hanging everywhere, even in the trees and stuff. I love this one. And then a couple more journaling pages and just junk, you know. And then here's another one of my tags. She's clipped in, so you can clip it, you know, take it out and write on the back if you want. But I love her because of this black lace and her evil eye or whatever, you know, look at it. And so I did black, kind of black wash on here, my coffee stains. And then this one I really like. She's got little dragon wings. So she's all about the dragons, and she's going up to her house, and she picked a rose on the rose bushes down here with all the thorns. And that's her other dragon on this side. And here's more thorns and more roses. And then I just put another castle up there just for fun because I had it. And I've never used it before. And ooh, is it pretty. And it just glistens and it's really cool. I just can't even explain it. You can tell a cheap sticker or a good sticker. You know what I'm saying? Ones that cost a lot. This one costs a lot. And this one didn't. You can tell the difference, you know what I mean? And then I got flames and stuff, and I don't know, the wall there, and then, you know, all the thorns I had to place and all the roses, and she picked one. She's going up. And then I put those weird stickers again, like over the tree branches to make them like stand out more. I don't know. I just like this one. And then I just left the pocket empty so you could see the castle. But usually when you put tags in this, it'll all be covered up. But I was just having funsies here with this one because I just think it's so pretty. This one has like, it's up in the clouds or something. I don't know. So it's pretty. And then I got a Shakespeare quote down here. And then here again, I just left you some places to write for funsies. And then I do another dramatic, very romantic. Every one of my scenes is very romantic and dramatic. But that's what Gothic is, right? I mean, they made the stickers, so what can I do with it? So this is like an entire castle wall, and then like the courtyard is out here, and here's like the doorway and stuff. And so the queen's up here. And again with the cathedral windows, I love. And she's up on the balcony, see? And she's looking down. And here comes her friend. See, she's running up the steps. And I put roses down here, and it says, abandon another. Because that's the king. And he's out dancing and smooching with some other chick. See? So she's mad. And then I put the thorns all around again, which I thought was cool. But I'm using a lot of thorns, but I don't care. I like them. And I like the roses. And I don't know, I'm just all about it. It's just fun to make a scene, you know, especially when everything's so pretty. And this green, ooh, this one's really pretty, and it's got gold flecks in it. And these ones are really pretty, and these ones have gold trim. It's just pretty, you know. And then this one is, I think this is just clipped. Yeah, another one of the Veiled Lace Girls. Is there too many of these? I don't know. I just wanted to use them, and I stuck them in because they're gorgeous, and this lace is in my shop. And then here's another one of my bags. This one flips. And then it has the Gothic Girls inside. And the crow again. And then this one, Gothic Shine. That's the house during the day. And here's the two Gothic girls at the bottom. I just think it's fun. I like to make scenes with the windows, obviously. I love the windows with the sunshine coming in. And the piano and stuff. I think this one's TikTok. It's got piano music. I don't know. It's fun to go watch. So that one is fun. And then just page to right, I put some grungy lace and an envelope with stuff. And then this one and this one for the ending. So the listing and description is listing links in the description box. And the full title listing, of course, is in Etsy. You can go read if you want to. But I really appreciate you guys stopping, and I'll go post it in group and such and all around. And enjoy your Sunday. See you later.